When your friend gets punished for his sins, when you get punished for the sins of others. Has this happened to you too while dressing up as an oversmart? If you are a mechanic, it should be like this. The engine started while you were working. His car started because he was working on the right strategy. Although it started a little too quickly. It's not his fault. Anyone wants to think a little when they see their friend at such a time. I'm teaching you a trick to become a big man. Look here. A real example of karma, like fruit. Another trick for you to become a big man. Greater than the child doesn't recognize his mother. Oh shit, greater than what happens when you do too much sin and you like it after removing the red cloth. The poor bike has endured enough and not yet. Look closely and see if you can see the glass. Bad B we run more a few moment greater than what happens when it's not on the forehead greater than what happens when it's on the forehead. No matter what the situation in life comes, you have to enjoy life. Let's test your patience a little. There was no other way to do it. They were not at fault either. They also went to see their friend to think for a while. I can't figure out how the signboard got so bad. Buy your child a book like this. If you see this in the tea after drinking tea, how would you feel? I sat down greater than short girls, but what do you really call cute? What happens when you have a bad temper? What happens when you meet an old enemy on the street? The man sat for a few hours eating the fish he caught and the dog was barking with satisfaction greater than it wasn't his fault. He stepped on the same boat. He would never let go of his friend's hand. The man doesn't even know why the people in front of him are laughing. I wonder how the girls standing on both sides of the girl held back their laughter. When you get punished for your own sins along with the punishment for the sins of others. Uncle, when you don't get punished for your own mistakes, you fall on someone else's shoulders, and the punishment for the mistakes of others comes and catches you. That's when life shows its true fun. Have you ever been in such a situation while trying to be oversmart? Everything is ruined by your thoughts. The mechanic was working on the engine, and just then it started. Whoa, the whole plan went awry. Of course, it wasn't his fault, but if he was in front of a friend, he would want to show off a little style. If you want to be a big man, let me tell you a simple trick. Work during work, not time for drama. You see, like action, like result, live example. Learn another trick. Don't be a laughingstock in front of everyone and end up being the laughingstock yourself. The child can't recognize his own mother. Imagine the situation. Life gives such surprises when sins become too much. It's hard to tell when someone's eyes fall on someone. Like that cow's trunk, except for the red cloth, it directly targets people. The poor bike has endured a lot, but in the end it didn't save itself. Look a little closer. Can you see the glass? If you don't find it, the problem is not in your eyes, but in your destiny. If it's not on your forehead, nothing happens even after 1,000 tries. And if it is there, it happens even if you don't want it. So I say, learn to enjoy life, whatever it is. Are you willing to test your patience? Sometimes there are situations where there is no choice but to take action. Of course, not in your head, but in your intellect. They are not to blame either. They went to see a friend to get a little style, but the signboard itself turned out to be so crooked that it is hard to understand how. Buy a good book for your child, so that at least he does not make these mistakes. If you see something strange floating inside the cup after drinking tea, imagine how it will feel. Short girls are cute. It is true, but even cuteness cannot save you if you are angry. This is what happens when you suddenly meet an old enemy. The man sat fishing for hours, and in the end the dog came and ate everything and burped. Life is unfair. He did not do anything wrong. He stepped into the same boat, but there is danger there too. So I say, never let go of your friend's hand. And the most interesting thing, the man does not know why the people standing in front are laughing. I wonder how the two standing next to the girl suppressed their laughter. In the end, it's the same thing again. When the punishment for both your own sins and the sins of others hits you at the same time, then you'll understand, life is making a full movie about you, uncle.